In today's news, some fail to understand just how big Ripple and XRP are. Some fail to understand how big stablecoins are in this market, but most fail to understand why XRP and the incoming RL USD stablecoin will steal a lot, if not all, liquidity from USDT Tether. Tether's downfall is inevitable, it is documented, and this will send the price of XRP to the moon. One of the major catalysts we are still waiting for before what will be trillions of institutional dollars flood on chain and crypto explodes in price and adoption, XRP explodes in price and adoption, is regulatory clarity. It is regulations, and as we can see in this post from Smoke here, it is documented in Signum's 2024 investment research report that the upcoming US stablecoin regulations, which will set the groundwork for the stablecoin framework in the United States, will disadvantage non-US entities like Tether. This is a very big deal confirmation right before your eyes, and you cannot forget as well that MiCA stablecoin regulations also exclude Tether throughout Europe. So that is two of the biggest economies, America in particular being the world's largest economy by GDP. They have no plans to include the leading stablecoin in their regulations. There are also sources suggesting that MiCA regulations will potentially be the framework for regulations across the globe worldwide. So should this be true, this will further tighten the noose around USDT until they are either adapt and become transparent or until they are completely cannibalized. Either way, as we can see proof, America will not use a non-US stablecoin, so Tether has no chance there, which is very bullish for Ripple XRP and the incoming RL USD stablecoin. Because Ripple, well, they're seemingly about to finally win their lawsuit against the SEC after 3 long years, potentially just 2 weeks away now. We'll see the verdict, and this verdict will give XRP legal regulatory clarity in the United States, first of its kind, first in history, which is massive news, making Ripple much more trusted by investors from both the retail and investor side of things and institutional investor side of things, and that will make the imminent release of the RL USD stablecoin much more desirable to be the chosen US stablecoin in the United States than the current number one, which is, I believe, to be USDC Circle. But as big as that is not the only reason why I'm so optimistic about the rise of XRP and Ripple, about its price and adoption in general. Seemingly, Tether's downfall is inevitable, and we will come back to that in just a moment. But Ripple and XRP's rise is seemingly, to me, also inevitable, as Smoke also showcases proof in this post right here that the massive rise of Ripple and XRP in 2017, before the lawsuit was filed, that massive rise attracted the attention of many financial institutions. Now, as I showcased in my video yesterday, following the BNY Mellon receiving the green light by the SEC to custody Bitcoin and crypto bombshell announcement, truth be told, we saw that Matthew Mellon had invested nearly $1 billion in XRP in and around that massive rise happening 2017-2018 that occurred just before the lawsuit was filed. Huge news. Maybe it's another coincidence. Who knows? Who really knows? But then we also have proof here again of BNY Mellon and Ripple's connections. BNY Mellon previously classified Ripple and Stellar as special infrastructure blockchain protocols in their own unique special category as opposed to anything else. Public blockchain. You've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, BitShares, you name it. Again, maybe it's another coincidence. Maybe it is not. We can't say for sure, but there are too many connections in my opinion for it to be just a coincidence. Personally, of course. Now, either way, point being, 7 years ago, this rise from 7 years ago back in 2017 was so significant, right, that it made Ripple worth more than every other bank on the planet except for 20. Just 20 banks. But it beat every other one, basically every bank in the world, which is absolutely nuts. And the institutional interest in XRP has only grown since then. XRP's price isn't moving right now because it is not being utilized on the scale it was designed to be used for institutions. People are not using XRP right now. The system's not ready for it. We're lacking regulations, and still developments are, still being made out, still being rolled out. But in that regard as well, we got this update here from Chaz Steingraber that it's coming very fast, faster than you can imagine. The EVM sidechain on the XRP ledger will bridge 55 other chains, enabling decentralized applications. The RL USD, mind you, will be interoperable with both chains, so all 55 chains, which is very big news, and there'll be more to come as well. Furthermore, wrapped XRP, which is EXRP, locks up actual XRP and uses it as a gas token. So more and more use cases means more utility, which means in due time more adoption and then a higher price with XRP. This is why I hold XRP, why I'm so bullish for the institutional adoption in this space. There is so much money to be made right now with crypto, which is why I created recently a free to join Discord server. 350 members right now. All of us are working towards achieving financial freedom. We are growing every day, learning so much more. So by all means, come and be a part of the family. Link to join will be in the description below. So yeah, USDT won't be here in the United States. That's been confirmed already. That is one of the reasons why XRP will kill USDT. But the other reason we can see here is just as important, if not more so. And this reason could completely wipe Tether out, not just in the United States, but completely off the map, off the world map, giving XRP free reign to take its place. Again, shout out to Smoke once more. A report from the European Parliamentary Research Service highlights the instability of Tether, pointing to several potential triggers for its collapse, and one of these is a large-scale cyber attack. This is a very, very big deal with the rapid development of AI and technology as a whole in our economy, in our world right now, with black swan events and crisis seemingly looming around every corner right now, as the value of the dollar keeps dropping as well. The economy is in crisis right now. The possibility of a cyber hack, a crisis, is growing more and more. The IMF has warned about this happening time and time again, putting it among the top 3 economic risks of 2024 this year. And they aren't the only ones as well, keep in mind, but this is very, very big news. But now, according to this report, Tether's commercial paper holdings may exceed those of the largest money markets in the United States and Europe, which is highly abnormal as money markets are tightly regulated to ensure they have the liquidity to handle redemptions. Tether is the polar opposite, not transparent, not regulated, little to no regulations, and is holding a massive amount of debt. It is documented that Tether is not safe. Whether that actually be the truth or not, we could speculate, but all the world leaders are saying no to Tether, and therefore, it's only so much you can do to stop it. Its demise, therefore, is already set in stone, and the cyber attack could trigger mass redemptions, pushing Tether to the brink as users rush to exchange their tokens for cash for safekeep, and this would force Tether to prove its reserves, which seemingly I don't think they have that. And therefore, should they not be able to prove that and they don't have that, a crash would likely happen, worse than FTX in my opinion, a massive, massive black swan. So Tether is definitely in trouble, whether they know it or not, whether they acknowledge it or not. And XRP soon will have legal regulatory clarity and will send the institutional demand with XRP to the moon, thus setting the price of XRP to the moon. And the imminent launch of the RL USD stablecoin will help the standing and adoption and therefore price of XRP in the future, because stablecoins are extremely important, as confirmed in this interview with the CEO and co-founder of Archex. Man named Graham. Take a listen.
Great segue into stablecoin. As you know, Ripple launched its own stablecoin second half of this year. And so what role do you see stablecoins playing in all this?
Yeah, I think everyone puts things in the buckets, I think, of, or at least I do, crypto and stablecoins and then RWA, digital securities. But the reality is the securities piece, the real value only comes when you have something like RL USD able to be used in line with the security. So, for example, if you want to have, everyone talks about atomic settlement, but when you go and look at most atomic settlement offerings in the space, all they are database entries where they're swapping beneficial ownerships of cash and tokens. But if you actually have someone buying an asset using a stablecoin and someone selling an asset on the same technology, that's something that didn't really exist before. In the traditional world, the fiat rails are over here, your asset rails over here, and you have to try and make them talk. But if they're on the same technology, then you can ask questions. If you've delivered this and you've delivered that, then settle. You can start paying corporate actions using stablecoins. You can, part of the interest and dividends that now exist in our system, we can pay out in XRPL. So if you've got a distributing fund, we could pay RL USD out as a dividend, or we could pay scrip dividends of more of the same shares on XRPL. So, stablecoins really are one of the big keys to unlocking this space. So, it's great you guys are going into the space, and great that Jack's leading it as well, because Jack's a great guy.
Question you have to ask yourself as well, though, is which category will the RL USD fall under? As Keith O'Callaghan, the head of structuring at Archex, confirmed, there are actually 2 different types of stablecoins. Again, listen closely.
Is that we're seeing 2 concepts in stablecoin. One being a stablecoin that has a particular, I would say, utility, and that utility could be sitting within essentially a private network of banks or institutions or brokers, and they're using this stablecoin for essentially immediate or what they call atomic settlement. And what that allows is essentially de-risking of the settlement period, rather than in classic times, dealing on a T2, T3 basis. You're dealing now on not even a T0 basis, but an immediate settlement. So, and in that case, that stablecoin exists within a very small group of what you call whitelisted wallets and individuals. Then you've got another concept, which is the much broader stablecoin, which is essentially available to the whole world. It can exist on multiple protocols. It can exist in multiple jurisdictions, subject to the regulatory journey. And generally, in these smart contracts, you would implement what they call a sanctions list, which is essentially prohibiting bad actors utilizing this particular stablecoin. But it's much more focused on addressing some bigger and smaller issues, which is essentially trade finance, dealing with retailers, clearing, and all it is essentially a new settlement layer. We use banks, we use cash, we potentially in time will use CBDCs, but stablecoins are just another route to enable the financial markets to operate in a much more effective way.
Now, me personally, I feel like the RL USD could actually be used for both categories, but because it can only be used for one, most likely it will fall under the first one right here, as Ripple, as we know, has always intended and aimed to be used by institutions, meaning therefore the RL USD will be used on private networks of institutions to achieve atomic settlements, sending the adoption parabolic, liquidity exploding on the XRP ledger, thus sending XRP's price to the moon. All the while, USDT will slowly but surely cannibalized by XRP. Do your own research, come chill chat, and that's what one of the videos got over, get the links below, but remember, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.